In a distant future, humanity faces the terrifying Galactic Empire's fleet, which seeks to conquer Earth and subjugate its people. Despite being vastly outnumbered and technologically outclassed, the humans utilize their ingenuity, resilience, and unprecedented military strategies to mount a formidable defense. The story follows key characters from both sides, exploring their motivations, conflicts, and growth as they navigate the brutal war. The humans' unexpected tactics and sheer willpower leave a lasting impact on the Galactic Empire, reshaping the interstellar power dynamics forever. And so, the story begins. The Galactic Empire's fleet emerged at the edge of the solar system, their sleek, ominous ships blotting out the stars. Command ships, battlecruisers, and frigates assembled in a formidable armada, their weaponry primed and ready. The sheer scale of the fleet sent a shiver through the defense monitors on Earth. In the heart of Earth's Defense Command Center, General Kane stood before a massive holographic display, the hum of technology a constant reminder of the task at hand. The air was thick with the metallic tang of tension and the cold feel of the steel floors underfoot. Around him, officers and technicians moved with purpose, their faces etched with determination. "Sir, we've detected the incoming fleet," reported a young officer, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "They're assembling at the edge of the system." General Kane nodded, his gaze never leaving the display. "Alert all defense units. Prepare for immediate engagement." As the orders were relayed, a high-level meeting was convened. Key leaders, scientists, and military strategists gathered around the central table. Among them was Dr. Emily Carter, a brilliant scientist whose innovations in defense technology had been crucial in fortifying Earth's defenses. Beside her stood Lt. James Rodriguez, a skilled pilot known for his bravery and combat prowess. "We will not go down without a fight," General Kane declared, his voice firm. "Our technology is our best hope." Dr. Carter nodded. "Our new shield technology is ready for deployment. It's designed to withstand their initial assault." "I'm ready to do whatever it takes, Lt. Rodriguez added, his eyes steely with resolve. Meanwhile, aboard the Empire's flagship, Admiral Thurrock convened his own meeting. The Empire's command discussed their strategy, confident in their superiority. Thurrock, a ruthless but competent leader, underestimated humanity's resolve. "They are more resilient than anticipated," one of Thurrock's advisors noted. "No matter," Thurrock replied dismissively. "We will crush them swiftly." As Earth's forces mobilized, deploying ground troops, air units, and orbital defenses, the first contact was made. Small skirmishes erupted in space, bright flashes of laser fire illuminating the dark void. The smell of burning circuits filled the command center as the battles raged on the displays. General Kane monitored the situation closely, the weight of responsibility heavy on his shoulders. "We need to hold them off long enough for our defenses to fully engage," he said, his tone unyielding. Dr. Carter worked tirelessly, ensuring her shield technology was functioning optimally. "This has to work," she muttered to herself, driven by the desire to prove her innovations could save humanity. The initial skirmishes ended in a stalemate, both sides reassessing their strategies. The Empire's scouts retreated to regroup, while Earth's forces fortified their positions. The tension was palpable, the air thick with the acrid smell of anticipation and fear. In the quiet moments between battles, General Kane stood at the command center's window, looking out at the stars. "We have to be ready for whatever comes next," he whispered, more to himself than anyone else. The fate of Earth hung in the balance, and he was determined to protect it at all costs. The silence of space shattered as the Empire launched a full-scale assault on Earth's orbital defenses. A wave of battle cruisers and fighter ships surged forward, their weapons blazing. The roar of engines and the blasts of cannons echoed through the void, a symphony of destruction. Lt. James Rodriguez led a squadron of fighters to intercept the attack. His ship vibrated with the impact of enemy fire, but he held his course, weaving through the chaos with expert precision. "Hold the line, we can't let them through," he commanded over the comms, his voice a beacon of resolve. In the Defense Command Center, Dr. Emily Carter deployed her new shield technology for the first time. The shimmering barriers absorbed the brunt of the assault, but the strain was evident. "We need to analyze their ship's energy patterns," she urged, working furiously at her console. Heavy casualties mounted on both sides. Ships exploded in brilliant flashes of light, debris scattering across the battlefield. The smell of burning metal and fuel permeated the air, mingling with the taste of fear and adrenaline. Amidst the carnage, a new figure emerged on the Empire's flagship, Admiral Tharok. Cold and calculating, he observed the battle with keen eyes. "They are more resilient than anticipated," he conceded, his voice laced with grudging respect. Earth's forces managed to repel the initial wave, but at a significant cost. The orbital defenses held, but the damage was severe. LT, Rodriguez's squadron suffered heavy losses, and he barely managed to limp back to the command center. "Get those fighters back online," he ordered, dismounting from his battered ship. His leadership and bravery had earned him respect among the ranks, but the weight of the fallen weighed heavily on him. Dr. Carter, determined to find solutions, discovered a potential weakness in the Empire's ships. "Their energy cores are unstable," she explained to General Kane. "If we can exploit that, we might stand a chance." General Kane, ever the strategist, nodded thoughtfully. "We'll need to adapt our tactics. This could be the edge we need." The battles in Earth's orbit continued, a relentless clash of wills and technology. The roar of engines and the blasts of cannons were a constant backdrop, the vibrations of impacts resonating through the hulls of ships. Despite the high cost, Earth's defenders held their ground, driven by the sheer will to survive. The sight of star-filled space littered with wreckage was a stark reminder of the stakes, but also of the bravery and resilience of those fighting to protect their home. As the day ended, the command center buzzed with activity. Plans were made, strategies refined, and hope rekindled. The battle was far from over, but Earth's defenders were ready for whatever came next. In the quiet moments, LT. Rodriguez found a moment to breathe, reflecting on the day's events. "We can do this," he murmured, determination burning in his eyes. "We have to." In the wake of the intense orbital battles, Earth's leaders gathered once more to strategize their next move. General Kane, flanked by his trusted advisors, considered a daring proposition seeking allies among other alien races. The stakes were too high to rely solely on Earth's defenses. "We need allies, or we won't survive this," General Kane asserted, his voice resolute. The room fell silent, the gravity of his words sinking in. Dr. Emily Carter and LT. James Rodriguez exchanged glances, knowing the risks but also the potential benefits. Their first target was the neutral planet Xandor, known for its advanced technology and strategic location. General Kane reached out, and soon he was on a diplomatic mission to Xandor's capital city. The vibrant colors of the alien flora contrasted sharply with the sleek, cold metal structures. The air was cool and thin, carrying the sounds of bustling marketplaces filled with unfamiliar scents and flavors. General Kane met with Chancellor Vorik, the pragmatic and cautious leader of Xandor. "Xandor values peace, but we will consider your plea," Vorik stated, his eyes reflecting both curiosity and skepticism. The diplomatic negotiations were tense, each side wary of the other's intentions. While Kane was busy with diplomacy, Admiral Tharok of the Galactic Empire was planning a ground invasion of Earth. His strategy was ruthless, aiming to crush human resistance swiftly. Back on Earth, Dr. Carter worked tirelessly on refining her shield technology, determined to give her people every possible advantage. LT. Rodriguez, demonstrating his versatility and strategic thinking, led a reconnaissance mission to gather intelligence on the Empire's forces. "We have to gather more intel on their ground forces," he explained to his team, their stealthy approach crucial to the mission's success. The negotiations with Xandor progressed slowly, with General Kane wrestling with the idea of trusting aliens. The differences in strategy between Earth's leaders and Xandor's officials often led to heated discussions. Despite these challenges, a tentative alliance was formed, albeit with conditions that required careful navigation. As General Kane prepared to return to Earth, Chancellor Vorik offered a final word of caution. "Remember, our support is contingent on mutual respect and benefit. We will not be drawn into a war that offers nothing in return. The potential for betrayal or complications loomed, but the alliance with Xandor provided a glimmer of hope. Kane and his team returned to Earth, ready to bolster their defenses with newfound support. The scope of the conflict had expanded, and the stage was set for the next phase of the war. The Galactic Empire's forces descended upon Earth with a ferocity that shook the planet to its core. Massive ships landed in major cities worldwide, deploying troops and machinery in a coordinated invasion. The brutal urban warfare that followed transformed cities into war zones, their streets filled with barricades and makeshift defenses. In New York City, Lt. James Rodriguez led his squadron to defend the beleaguered metropolis. The smell of smoke and burning buildings permeated the air, while the deafening sounds of gunfire and explosions created a constant din. Skyscrapers stood in ruins, their once proud facades now shattered. The gritty feel of debris underfoot and the taste of ash in the air were harsh reminders of the dire situation. General Kane coordinated the global defense efforts from a fortified command center. "We fight for our home, for our families," he rallied his troops, his leadership tested under extreme pressure. The loss of lives weighed heavily on him, each decision a matter of life and death. Dr. Emily Carter deployed her experimental drones to support the ground troops. The drones, designed for both reconnaissance and combat, proved to be a crucial asset. "Deploy the drones, we need all the help we can get," she ordered, her confidence in her inventions growing with each successful deployment. Civilians formed militias to support the military, their resolve unshaken despite the overwhelming odds. The tension between professional soldiers and civilian militias often flared, but the shared goal of defending their homes forged a bond of solidarity. Admiral Tharok personally led the invasion force, his strategic mind focused on breaking human resistance. "We will not let them take our city," General Kane declared, his determination a beacon of hope for the defenders. As the battles raged, Lt. Rodriguez became a symbol of hope, his bravery inspiring those around him. The intense urban warfare pushed everyone to their limits, the sight of comrades falling a constant reminder of the stakes. Despite the relentless assault, Earth's forces managed to hold key positions. The smell of gunpowder and charred remains lingered, but the defenders' spirits remained unbroken. Each victory, no matter how small, fueled their determination. The Empire's preparation for a more devastating attack was evident, the signs clear to those on the front lines. Yet the resilience and unity of humanity in the face of invasion were stronger than ever. The stage was set for an even greater struggle, but Earth's defenders were ready to face whatever came next. The skies over London were a dark canvas, lit sporadically by flashes of energy weapons and the explosions of downed ships. Earth's forces were pushing back, and the tide of the battle was beginning to shift. Dr. Emily Carter's drones, agile and relentless, buzzed through the battlefield, providing critical support. Their effectiveness was undeniable, and she watched the unfolding scenes with a mixture of relief and pride from her command post. Lt. James Rodriguez, ever the tactician, had discovered a significant weakness in the Empire's ground armor. "We found their weakness. Now we exploit it," he communicated to General Kane. With this new intel, the Earth's defense forces adjusted their strategies, targeting the vulnerable points with precision. The Battle of London became a symbol of human resilience. Amidst the smoke and fire, the iconic silhouette of Big Ben stood tall, a testament to the city's indomitable spirit. Explosions echoed through the city, the sound of victory and destruction intertwined. The rain, mixed with ash, felt gritty against the skin, but it also brought a sense of cleansing, as if washing away the remnants of fear and doubt. General Kane, his resolve hardened by the battles fought and lives lost, capitalized on the newfound momentum. "These drones are game changers, Doctor," Carter noted, her voice tinged with newfound confidence. Admiral Tharok, faced with unexpected resistance and significant losses, was forced to regroup and reconsider his strategy. His earlier confidence had given way to a grim realization humanity was not as easily subdued as he had presumed. Tharok's recalibration was swift and ruthless, yet even he sensed the growing possibility of defeat. Civilians rallied behind the military, their courage and resourcefulness transforming them into a formidable support network. Supplies flowed, morale soared, and the taste of victory, albeit mingled with the bitterness of loss, filled the air. The smell of gunpowder and charred remains lingered, a stark reminder of the cost of war. General Kane, recognizing the pivotal moment, planned a coordinated counteroffensive. "We will drive them out of our cities," he declared, his voice a beacon of hope and determination. The coordinated efforts bore fruit. Earth's forces began to push back the Empire's troops in key locations, and a major victory was achieved in the Battle of London. Dr. Carter's contributions gained widespread recognition, and Lt. Rodriguez's tactical genius shone brightly, solidifying his status as a hero of the resistance. Despite these victories, General Kane and his team knew the war was far from over. The momentum had shifted, but the Empire was still a formidable foe. The relentless drive of Earth's defenders, however, set the stage for the final showdown. Hints of a final, desperate strategy by the Empire loomed ominously on the horizon. The resilience and unity of humanity had proven to be their greatest strength, and as they prepared for the next phase, the air was thick with anticipation and determination. The tranquil morning was shattered by alarms blaring throughout Earth's primary military headquarters. Admiral Tharok had launched a surprise attack, deploying advanced technology to disable Earth's defenses. Panic and urgency filled the air as the sight of sparks and flickering lights cast an eerie glow over the high-tech facility. General Kane and Dr. Emily Carter found themselves trapped inside the besieged headquarters. The smell of ozone from the energy cannon's blasts was overpowering, mingling with the taste of fear and desperation. "We have to hold this position, no matter what," General Kane commanded, his voice a pillar of strength amidst the chaos. The Empire's new weapon, a devastating energy cannon, wreaked havoc on Earth's forces. The claustrophobic feel of the besieged headquarters added to the mounting tension as the defenders struggled to regain control. Dr. Carter, quick-thinking and resourceful, worked tirelessly to mitigate the damage. "I can't let my inventions be our downfall," she resolved, her hands moving swiftly over her console. Meanwhile, Lt. James Rodriguez, proving his loyalty and courage, led a daring rescue mission. "We're coming for you. Hold on," he assured over the comms, his determination unwavering. His team navigated through the chaos, the sound of alarms and structural damage echoing around them. The intense assault tested everyone's limits. Tensions rose among the trapped personnel, but the shared goal of survival and resistance kept them united. General Kane's resilience was put to the ultimate test as he fought to protect his team and hold the line. As the battle raged, hints of a potential weakness in the Empire's new weapon began to emerge. Dr. Carter, ever observant, noticed inconsistencies in the energy cannon's patterns. "We need to focus on this," she instructed, her mind racing with possibilities. Despite the relentless assault, Earth's forces managed to repel the siege, but at a great cost. The devastation was immense, and the aftermath left a somber mood hanging in the air. The sight of sparks and flickering lights gradually gave way to a grim realization of the losses incurred. The stakes had been raised, and the intensity of the conflict was palpable. General Kane and his team knew that the next steps were critical. The resilience displayed during the siege had to be channeled into a decisive counterattack. As they regrouped and began to plan their next move, the air was filled with a sense of resolve and anticipation. The final showdown was approaching, and Earth's defenders were prepared to give everything they had to ensure their survival. The final assault on the Empire's flagship was a culmination of months of relentless warfare. Earth's leaders gathered for what they hoped would be the last strategy meeting of the war. General Kane, flanked by Dr. Emily Carter and Lt. James Rodriguez, outlined the audacious plan. "This is our last chance to stop them," General Kane began, his voice resolute. Dr. Carter had devised a plan to neutralize the Empire's devastating energy cannon, the weapon that had caused so much destruction. "We can do this. We have to," she added, her eyes reflecting the weight of their mission. Lt. Rodriguez was tasked with leading an elite team to infiltrate the Empire's flagship. For Earth, he declared, his team echoing his rallying cry with determined fervor. The infiltration team boarded stealth shuttles, their engines humming softly as they approached the massive, technologically advanced warship. The feel of the cold, sleek surfaces of the flagship contrasted sharply with the metallic taste of recycled air inside their helmets. As they breached the hull, the sight of sparks and explosions within the ship greeted them. The sound of heavy footsteps and gunfire echoed through the corridors, creating an atmosphere of tense anticipation. General Kane coordinated the ground and space forces for the final push, ensuring every available asset was brought to bear. The stakes were higher than ever, and the intensity of the operation was palpable. Dr. Carter, stepping out of her comfort zone, joined the infiltration team, her technical expertise crucial for the mission's success. The infiltration team faced heavy resistance, but their resolve never wavered. Trust and reliance on each other grew with each passing moment, solidifying their bond. As they advanced deeper into the ship, they planted explosives at key structural points. The smell of burning circuits and smoke filled the air, a constant reminder of the perilous environment. Admiral Tharok, sensing the impending threat, confronted General Kane in a final showdown. "This ends now," Kane Tharok snarled, his eyes burning with a mix of rage and desperation. General Kane, undeterred, stood his ground. "Indeed it does. For Earth." The climactic battle aboard the flagship was fierce and unforgiving. The metallic taste of blood mixed with sweat as both sides fought with everything they had. The sight of sparks and the sound of explosions created a chaotic symphony of war. As the explosives were detonated, the flagship shuddered violently. The infiltration team fought their way to the escape shuttles, the feel of the ship's imminent destruction pressing them onward. The mission was a success. The flagship was severely damaged, its command structure in disarray. Hints of the aftermath and the daunting task of rebuilding efforts lingered in the minds of the survivors. They had won a decisive battle, but the war's toll was evident in the haunted eyes and weary faces of the fighters. The destruction of the Empire's flagship marked a turning point. The Empire's fleet, once a symbol of unchallenged dominance, retreated in disarray. Earth's forces, though battered and bruised, had triumphed. The air was thick with the taste of victory and the scent of hope. General Marcus Kane stood before the world, addressing a planet that had withstood unimaginable trials. "We honor the fallen by building a better future," he declared, his voice carrying a promise of renewal. Scenes of reconstruction unfolded as Earth's forces began to assess the damage and start rebuilding. Dr. Emily Carter, now a celebrated figure, received recognition for her critical contributions. "This is just the beginning of what we can achieve," she said, already planning new projects to fortify Earth's defenses and advance its technological prowess. Lt. James Rodriguez, hailed as a hero, took time to reflect on the cost of war. The personal losses and sacrifices weighed heavily on him, yet he found solace in the resilience and unity displayed by humanity. "We fought for our survival, and now we fight for our future," he mused, his thoughts turning towards the challenges that lay ahead. The tentative alliance with Xander was strengthened, the bonds forged in the crucible of war solidifying into a partnership of mutual respect and benefit. Chancellor Vorik, acknowledging Earth's resolve and ingenuity, pledged continued support. As Earth's leaders planned for future defenses and interstellar relations, the scent of fresh flowers at memorial sites mingled with the sounds of construction and rebuilding efforts. The feel of hope and renewal permeated the atmosphere, a stark contrast to the recent past. Repaired buildings rose from the ashes, new defenses were constructed, and a spirit of determination infused every effort. The taste of solemn remembrance lingered, honoring the sacrifices made while looking forward to a future secured by the unity and ingenuity of humanity. General Kane, embracing his role as a symbol of hope, guided the efforts with unwavering resolve. Dr. Carter's confidence grew as she envisioned innovations that would ensure Earth was never caught off guard again. Lt. Rodriguez, contemplating the personal cost of his actions, found a renewed purpose in shaping a future free from the shadows of war. The remnants of the Empire's forces still posed a threat, a challenge that would require vigilance and preparedness. Survivors struggled with trauma and loss, but the process of healing and rebuilding brought a sense of closure and renewal. As Earth began to look to the stars once more, planning for a future where interstellar relations and defenses were key, the resilience and renewal of humanity stood as a testament to their unyielding spirit. "We fought for our survival, and now we fight for our future," General Kane reiterated, capturing the essence of their journey. The war had ended, but the story of humanity's strength and determination was just beginning.